What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unrendered, the one and only creator podcast. Today, we got us a really nice guest. Look at that. Would you like to
Introduce myself.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rebecca Pinto. I'm a physiotherapist and a content creator.
I have a very interesting question that I've been wanting to ask. Is it easier for women to be able to create content? Like to be able to be successful?
Easy.
Yeah?
So depends what you are making. If you're selling your beauty, very easy. If that's the kind of content you're making. If you're selling your intelligence, very difficult because women are not perceived as smarter individuals. So
You have to prove that.
Yeah, like as compared to a man and as compared to a woman.
Like Anushka Rathod, financial Charan.
Yeah, a man will just be perceived at what he's saying he knows. And if you're pretty, they'll just be like, she doesn't know.
They'll probably be like, "Arey, beauty with brains."
That is very difficult to sell.
What do you mean?
The fact that you have to say beauty with brains, why do you have to say that?
But it's double sell, no? Overkill.
It's never.
Yeah.
Overkill,
No,
right?
it's so rare that when suddenly you look at a pretty girl who's smart, you have to be like, oh, beauty with brains. It doesn't come naturally to you that she's smart. Why do you have to align her beauty with the fact that she's intelligent? Being a doctor creator, it was difficult for me. But I had a lot of male doctor content creator friends who helped me and navigated me through it. I was doing very different type of content. They were telling me, nahi chalega, nahi lenge seriously, or nahi le rahe the meko seriously. Then they told me how to change and then they started taking me seriously.
I love this about the internet community because when I started off, this was the exact feedback that I got कि भाई सुन तू बहुत smart है पर ना थोड़ा जो अंदर का गुस्सा है वो कम कर. And don't be that artist. Just do what's working, bro. Please.
So I used to do funny skits. And those funny sketches would go out. My message would go out. But because one, I'm a woman, so there's already a distraction. Second, it was funny, there's another distraction. By the time I came to the point, they don't want to listen. While a man coming and saying, listen, don't do this will affect your health. They would listen and they'd be like, yeah, he's telling us not to do this. But I said the same thing. Then once a doctor friend, Siddhant Bhargav, he sat and he said, stop making funny videos. They'll not take you seriously till you don't take yourself seriously in front of camera. And you'll have to have that serious outlook and you should look that way. And it happened. I started doing piece to camera and it worked.
Is this only in health? Because in finance it worked.
I think in health.
Yeah, because I would not take a doctor seriously who's jumping and japang and just like, आज आपको magnesium glycinate खाना चाहिए.
Let's say I start doing dance and in dance I do tuck, tuck, tuck. Will you listen to me? No. But if I'm doing dance specifically for fashion-centric clothing, yeah, you'll listen to me.
Right. Cleo Abraham is taken seriously because of her innate ability to be that.
So Achina met Cleo, so some nice learnings there.
I have one more question. Do you believe that because you're in health, it's easier for you to be a creator because there is an inherent mechanism to monetize?
Meaning?
Meaning, if I'm a comedy creator, the amount of brands who would be willing to work with me until unless I'm the top 1% is extremely low. Right? Until unless a brand is specifically targeting Gen Z or all of India, only then will they be wanting to work with you. And even then, they're only going to be working with top 1%. So in comedy or in entertainment in general, either you are the top or if you're not at the top, you're just struggling. I know so many creators who are doing 100 million views. And then they're like, bro, gambling के सिवा कोई मेरे पास आ नहीं रहा है, तुम लोग कैसे करते हो? So because you are in health, and now health में magnesium glycinate अभी इतना popular हो रहा है, बीच में cold plunge इतना popular हो रहा है, it is much easier for you because brands are always going to be reaching out to you.
If you would start making health content, would you get the same brands? Yes.
Oh.
Without you having a doctor tag. Out of 100 brands, there must be one brand who thinks that, oh, I want a doctor face. But brands that are genuinely good, which are fortunately a lot in the market today, just need someone who has credibility. If you're talking about health, that's all.
But the doctor tag brings the credibility, no?
To the people who don't believe in their brand fully, which is why I'm saying out of 100, one brand has that outlook. 99 already know that our product is good, our marketing is good. Anybody in the health space who talks about this will work.
Okay, now that you have the doctor tag to add to your credibility and you have some followers and you worked with a lot of brands and you're practicing also, does that add to your brand value where brands are just like, oh, we want to work with you specifically? And if someone doesn't have the doctor tag and wants to create health content, are they going to face some issues?
I've
with that?
only had one brand in a while who's been very rigid about, no, I want to work with you. Every other brand, I've seen that brand happen to other people who are not, like Prashant Desai. He's not a doctor, but he talks about health and he's credible.
But he also gets like a lot of hate, no?
Because he stands on one side of the health community. So
Is
if you
that
have,
required for a new creator?
for you to get views, I think having like a contrary belief and taking one stand, yeah. But it's a very khokla, hollow space. Because after you start making content, only after a while you figure what your stance is. Like when you make so many videos, you figure what's happening and you realize this is what my stance is. How can that be your stance in the first video?
So initially it's more to chase clout, and later you find your voice and you're like, acha, this is what I believe in. Yeah. One more question. To grow your numbers, let's say initially, is it cool to like take a brand and be like, this brand is cheating you? See, they have sugar, it's poison, it's killing you. Is that a route creators should take?
Is that a route creators take? Yes. Do I align with it? No. I never shit on anything because I also come from the school of thought that you never know what you don't know.
Okay.
So there's always something that you don't know. So don't go and shit on somebody.
I love the fact that internet culture is built on that. Even though grifters are able to take a massive rise, there are loads of critiques who are always critiquing people. Because of that, grifters are not able to grift for long.
So I don't align with that. I just feel that don't shit on somebody. If you have a school of thought, talk about that. Because what that person is talking could also be right. You are just not aware.
Okay. So vada pav has protein.
It has basin, no? So basin has protein. So if you have to come to the bits of it, does it have protein? Yes. Is it your source of protein in a meal? No.
Okay.
But if someone comes and tells you vada pav has protein, yes, it has basin.
Okay. The other question I had was, many creators, you work really hard. Like, of course, you build 300, 400, 500, 600K distribution. And then you promote a brand. And let's say there is a narrative of this brand being a bad brand. Do your followers end up calling you out?
I've been very lucky. My followers know that I'm getting money for a brand and genuinely know that I've tried the brand also. Because they're not dumb. They see a paid partnership. They know it's a collab, that other brand has accepted the collab. They know this is not me. So they kind of know money has happened here the minute they see a collab. They're not thinking I'm doing this for free. But they've always been very, have you tried it? And what has been the outcome? Should I try it?
You try it?
Yeah. I've promoted chocos. Okay. Do I eat chocos? Yes. Tomorrow, if I have to promote a Maggie, will I promote it? Yes. If you have to promote it as a healthy Maggie, I may not. But can I promote it as I eat it? Yes. So if I'm doing something, I'll quietly promote it. Plus, they have access to DMs. They come into DMs and they're like, listen, you promoted this. I want to try this. There I can ask them, what are you suffering from? Is it necessary for you to take this? Okay, take this if this is happening and this is the outcome of it. So I think when you keep doing that with a few people.
How much do you do that?
So I respond to a lot of comments that come instantly because I'm live then. I don't use my phone a lot. Like I do not scroll Instagram too much. So the minute I'm live for 5 minutes, whatever someone's commenting, I'll reply. Once in the day, I'll go through DMs and I don't read DMs that don't say anything. But when you are on your profile for very long, before opening, you know this is about a query. It happens when you are the only person who's having access to your profile. So I know this is a query. So I'll open and reply. I'll do 4 or 5 till I feel exhausted and stop. So there's no number.
So you have a very clear boundary that it's going to be just me putting myself out there and then retracting back. I'm not going to actively engage with this platform.
No. Something that I used to do earlier. Actively, I used to post a reel, not care about comments, focus on next reel. Like I would not be like, oh, this reel is bad. I'd be like, even if it's bad or good, I still have to post my next reel, right?
Type A personality.
What is that? What is that?
Type A personality is a more like structured. Type B personality would be somebody who's a lot more disorganized. I was late to my own podcast. Apologies. Yeah. So you're type A personality. Most creators are inherently creative. I believe everybody is creative, but I'm presuming that they lie towards the left-hand side of the spectrum because we are running Gen Z and I also learn AV video school cohort. And at this point, we've trained 4,000. So every single time we have interacted with them, we know somebody who's more likely to be creative will most likely be not able to do that. They're always chaotic, so they have some outcome, and then they're so attached to that outcome that the moment they see comments, they're always like, I want to talk to them. What did you feel like? And Instagram in itself is a lot more addictive. So you, what I noticed, have the ability to...
So I also had the privilege of, when I started content, I already had 2 girls who were already doing content. So they had on call told me that, Rebecca, you'll get nude pics, you'll get this, you'll get that. They had prepared me. So I knew I'm not entering a nice world. I entered it with a mindset of the minute I put a content, people are going to have an opinion. Luckily, that never happened to me. Luckily, I never got a nude pic. But like I entered it with, okay, nonsense is going to happen and I don't want to let it affect me. Plus, I only put a part of what I want out there. On things I could get hurt, I'll never put out there.
Oh, so very, very structured. My God. Yeah, you can do that because you're a doctor creator, you're a health creator. Your content inherently does not rely on how you're going to be putting out as much as what is the value that you're going to be able to give. That is what I've noticed again and again, even with, let's say, a creator like C.A. Sarthak. He's able to create content that is inherently low effort, even though there is some effort. He's lived an X amount of life. That is how he's able to bring out the insights. That being said, in the production of it, the only reason he can do it is because he's talking about finance. Or even when I come over any health creators' reels, even though I don't know him, even though I'm not verified how smart they are just inherently be like, chalo sun lete hain. Luckily, the internet, at least in my feed, has been fairly accurate.
What is your like one content that you post will work all the time?
Relationship. Anything about couples suffering or giving them a solution to whatever they are going through always works. Always. You give any couple content, a girl should do this for the couple, or the boy should do this, or whatever. Anything relationship works.
And is it harder to find this content or like
No, it's damn
it's
easy.
all over the internet? Is it all scientifically verified though?
You can always check if it's scientifically verified. Is everything that's on the internet scientifically verified? No. 20-30% of it, but if you find research papers on it, it's easy to find out that okay, this is the research, this was the conclusion of it.
Okay, sometimes research papers actually contradict. How do you guys take a stand then?
So you should just see which is done consistently over years on a larger group. So if something says creatine is bad for you, it's done on a certain group where it's genuinely seen that okay, this happens, like hair fall and all basically. But you have to see what has been done consistently over years, because there'll always be contradictory, and what is done on a larger group of people.
Are some also paid for by
Research?
yeah?
No.
At all?
Research is very difficult to do. So even if you pay somebody for it, like research is a year or 2-year job.
I read this thing that apparently in the 90s or the 80s or possibly even earlier, like there were tobacco companies which would sponsor studies to say that cigarette was actually healthy. Yeah, you should give your kids also.
So when you
like that.
actually pick that research paper and see the target audience, there will be no research done. There will be no target audience. What you're talking about, research paper. When I see research paper, we see the entire abstract, right? So I'll have the patient, what is age group, this has happened. So what you're saying must happen, but no one will perform a research and get out a conclusion out of that.
So all marketing gimmick.
Yeah, all marketing gimmick.
And you do all your research on your own? What?
Yeah, I've never had a team. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like I've always felt like if I had a team, I would have been in a better place. But I've never had a team.
Why don't you have a team?
I didn't know how to have a team.
Okay, I'll help you solve this problem of yours. I'll give you an entire plan on how do I run it. At this point, we are at AV across, we're 40-man team. And I'll help you understand everything. Before that, are you worried at this point, now that there are so many creators, including billionaires like Nikhil Kamath have launched it, they have a 10-man team. This entire ecosystem is 400 folks just creating content. There is people like Tech Burner. Last time we talked, his goal was launching 100 IPs, and Ranveer Alabadia has a 20-man team. So all the top guys have a massive team.
So I know that I actively don't have a team. If tomorrow I decide to have a team, do I have friends and contacts who have production houses who will do it for me and I just have to pay them? Yeah. Like, is it accessible for me to do it? Yes. I just have to call a friend and be like, listen, I have to make YouTube videos. This I need, and what else do I need? Please tell me, and send them.
Correct.
And I need to do it twice a week or
But
thrice a
haven't
week.
you done it yet?
I've never felt the need to. Does holding the camera on front work for me? Is it getting me views? Yes. Like, is it stopping me anywhere? No. Me scripting, do I have the bandwidth? Scripting takes very less time for me because I know the subject. When I read something, I already know this is true or false. Like, I know if I should research or no. I already sometimes don't even have to research because I know what this is and I can just script. It's that low effort. Like, I can script within no time versus someone I have paid. Editing is my level. What you say on my page is very easy editing. It's literally extremely easy, small time editing. Even if I have to edit that video, I can do it within an hour and a half. I do have an editor who I give it. He also does it in an hour and a half. If I need like emergency, he can do it in half an hour. But that's because I've kept it very functional for me to do it. So that wherever I am, if something's happened, I want to record it and put it out. Without any help, can I do it tomorrow? If everybody decides to disown me, I have to figure this out, go to a village. Can I do the whole thing from scratch again? Yes.
So what do you think is more scalable? This way or
Oh no, that way. You are losing out on so much amount of money, you're losing out on sleep.
I don't lose out on sleep at all, but I just feel that I lose out on different perspectives of my content. I just have one vision or one eye to it. I could have more eyes.
So you go into a rabbit hole basically.
Yeah, because everything I'm doing is me only figure. If I would have 4 more people, I just know I would have so many more views to it.
Right. So, most creators, we are all in some way hardwired to the number of views we get, and we are craving that dopamine. If we were not, we would not create every single day. You can still post 3 times a week and get the same amount of brand deals and stuff like that. So, we are all hardwired to get there. At some point, you're going to realize for me to take the next jump, I am having to put X amount of effort, right? So the unit of effort per video as you go by is going to increase in some way. Either आप decide करोगे कि अब मैं रोज वीडियो डालूंगी, so the quantity of unit is increasing, or you're like कि मैं बेहतरीन वीडियो डालूंगी जिससे मुझे और अच्छा व्यू आए, मेरे रिव्यूज ड्रिप हो रहे हैं, मैं सबको दिखा दूंगी, right? Now the problem with that is if you are the sole guy, you are operating on a single lever. Like you said, you have one vision. So either your game will be views नहीं है, या तो मैं better insight दूंगी, या तो मैं कुछ और तरीके कहीं और कुछ बताऊंगी. पर ये बहुत रिजिड है. मतलब आप हफ्ते में 10 insights नहीं ला सकते हो, सबके सब बेहतरीन होंगे, ये नहीं हो सकता. But what most creators don't realize is there are several different levers, and each of this lever will allow you to get views. I can increase the editing to a point when the insight is very bad. I can increase the production level when my script is very bad or my editing is really bad. I'll just add cuts, I'll make it look cinematic, right? And the good news is, the problem with production houses is most production houses till this point, because content as a industry is still in its nascent stages, which is 18 years old at max. 2008 में आया था YouTube. The problem is none of them will be able to help you understand which lever to push. This is why what you need to do, and this is why AV Video School as a whole works, is because what we have done is we have trained folks who understand scripting to a certain extent, understand video editing to a decent extent, understand animation really well, then have gone through a path where they know how important deadlines are. Right? And because of this, there are 5 different skills, because of which new skill emerges, which is they're able to visualize a video before it's made. And more of these people in your team, the faster you will be able to scale. It doesn't matter कि तुझे YouTube करने की ज़रूरत है कि नहीं, वो चलता रहेगा. And that is more scalable, and every single creator needs to go for it.
Let's say I don't know production. I know scripting.
Correct.
I can teach scripting and research. But if I don't know how to teach these other things, then what do I do?
Hire from Gen Z.
Hire from Gen Z, hire from AV Video School. Are you open to spending, let's say, 1 lakh a month on a team? Okay, 1.5 lakhs a month on a team. Knowing that in a year, all of that money will be returned and so much more. Do it.
Okay.
The problem is most of these production houses that exist, they do not have this capacity. आपको आपकी टीम बनानी है, उनके साथ 6 महीने बिताना है. ये 6 के 6 जितने भी लौंडे आप हायर कर रहे हो, सब बहुत बेहतरीन यंग ब्लड हैं, जो उनको जेनजी बिल्कुल पूरा मार्केट समझ में आता है. They've grown up with AI, they've grown up with social media, they understand it to the T. All you need to do is exist with them, make sure they love you and they understand your content, and make sure you love them and are able to create enough growth to be able to provide for everyone in their family. But it is a lot more responsibility.
Of course, because I know sometimes you're halfway training somebody and they decide to leave, and then you have to again start from scratch halfway training. It's not as easy as you're making it sound. It is hectic, but yeah, okay. Do you believe that on Instagram or on short form, the quality of your video doesn't matter? Like if I post fully camera shot videos and all, that might underperform, but a phone shot video will.
Right. So for you, you need to definitely focus on both quality, quantity. In the creator handbook that we wrote, I've talked about this in depth. But the problem is, what a lot of people are not realizing is view to conversion ratio is a very high thing that you don't realize. I have Papa Ocus. Papa Ocus में मैंने 20 मिनट में reel post की, 30 million views आए.
And views don't matter. Like what was that dress she had said? Looking very good, very
Wow.
nice. Is very good views, but no followers.
Her content is low transaction. If you're doing this, जो आप एकदम ऐसे normal बना के भेज दे रहे हो, the content in itself, the attention that you're grabbing will only give you so much. मैं तुमको उतना ही return दूंगा. तो अगर तुम मुझे ऐसे हाँ करके बोल रहे हो 100 रुपए की चीज़ें खरीद लो भैया, तो खरीद लूँगा. When you said कि हाई प्रोडक्शन वीडियो भी नीचे गिर सकती है, वो नीचे गिर रही है क्योंकि तुम्हारा कंटेंट खराब है. वो नीचे इसलिए नहीं गिर रही है क्योंकि उन्होंने हाई प्रोडक्शन किया. वो नीचे इसलिए नहीं गिर रही है क्योंकि ऑडियंस को मैं वैसे ही पसंद हूँ. ऑडियंस को तुम एंटरटेन करो, वो देख लेंगी. ऑडियंस को तुम किसी में भी दिखा दो. वी आर ऑल्सो मेकिंग द सेम काइंड ऑफ कॉन्टेंट दैट एवरीबडी एल्स इज मेकिंग. आई एम गिविंग द इनसाइट दैट यू कैन गो एंड गूगल एंड वॉच यूट्यूब वीडियोज एंड यूल बी एबल टू मेक इट. बट जस्ट द फैक्ट दैट आई विल आउटपोस्ट यू every single day, twice on Sundays, at the production level that nobody else will be able to match, and I will do it 4 channels at the same time, is when you cannot compete with me. And this is what is happening with a lot of channels in the West that are getting owned by private equity firms. A lot of people ये believe करते हैं, मैं इतना ज़्यादा believe नहीं करता हूँ, but what happens in the West then eventually 5 years later, 4 years later comes to India. So most likely we are going to see either ecosystems like this emerge and capture as much social media as they can with several different level of content. अभी तक लोगों को लगता था कि corporate नहीं आ रहे क्योंकि corporates को content बनाना नहीं आता. Corporates इसलिए नहीं आ रहे रहे हैं क्योंकि उनके लिए तुम बहुत छोटे मार्केट थे, तुम पिछले 5 साल में बड़े मार्केट बने हो, और अगर उनको पता चलता है कि इसमें वो लोग खा सकते हैं तो दे विल ईट इट. दे विल स्टेरॉइड्स डाल के एक प्रोडक्शन हाउस को दुनिया जहाँ के क्रिएटर्स को खरीद के बना देंगे और कैप्चर कर लेंगे. So if you as a creator solely want to really be at the top of the game, you need to get to a point where you have a team of yourself.
And it can't be a part-time job.
ये तो आप फाउंडर हो. लाइक एट दिस पॉइंट मेरा अब सिर्फ काम ये है कि मैं मेरी टीम से बात करूंगा और मैं मेरी टीम को गाइड करूंगा. एग्जीक्यूट सारे वो करते हैं.
But when you started, was it this way?
Oh, when I started, I was
Even
doing
content
everything.
wasn't like that, no?
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then. Like he was one kid when he started. 12, 13? 13.
Sure. So 11, 12 years
11,
in
12
making
years.
videos and 8 years since I've made money.
So content as a spectrum has grown so much. So all of this might also be a learning of like doing content for so long.
Attention is a zero-sum game. People believe the pie gets bigger. It is getting bigger because more and more people are coming online. Pie is limited. If some creator is watching your video, he is not watching my video. By nature of it, that if there is a channel that is going to come and capture most of it, it gets done. वो capture कर लिया, उससे छीनना बहुत मुश्किल है until unless ये गिर जाए खुद से. Like for example, 2020 से लेके 2022 तक एक बहुत बड़ी बूम आई थी फाइनेंस क्रिएटर्स की. इन्फ्लेशन गिर गया था, क्रिप्टो बूम हो रहा था, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हो रही थी. लो कॉस्ट में VC ने पैसे उठा लिए थे, इन सबको इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग मिल गया था, तो फाइनेंस क्रिएटर्स को पैसे दे रहे थे. एकदम से बूम आ गया, खूब सारे फाइनेंस क्रिएटर्स हैं. उसमें से अभी 3 टॉप पे हैं.
Who?
Akshay Srivastava, Finance with Sharan, and I think CA Rachana Ranade.
I think Rachana Ranade was always
Been
on top.
in the
Been
game
there for a
for-
while.
yeah.
But I think the third is always
Yeah, it's always like it's top 1% is changing, but that top 1% stays. Like wo as a bracket stays where only 2 or 3 guys will be able to capture most of the brand deal and most of the trust and attention. कोई वीडियो निकाल देगा बंदा जो ज़्यादा व्यूज ले आएगी, पर जिस ब्रांड को उन्होंने कैप्चर किया है, जो हेड स्पेस को उन्होंने कैप्चर किया है, वो 2-3 ही हो पाएंगे. मतलब ये कि हर एक चीज़ में एक जीरो सम गेम है. अगर उसने कैप्चर कर लिया तो अब आपके पास नहीं है. इवन ऑन अ फंडामेंटल लेवल अगर मैं एक पॉडकास्ट देख रहा हूँ तो मैं 200-400 क्रिएटर्स की वीडियोस नहीं देख रहा हूँ. So if it's a zero sum game and somebody like me or somebody who's a lot more funded can put a guy on steroids, pair him up with amazing studios and outpost you every single time. And we know Instagram does promote spam. There is a beautiful company that is doing crazy amount of money that does clips for your Andrew Tate and everybody else, and they are posting about 2,000 reels a month.
Yeah.
They are posting 30 reels a day. And even Sadhguru's social media team exists like that. Sadhguru has an internal social media team where what they're basically doing is they'll post 100 clips, out of which 10 will work. 50 और channels है, सब पे डाल दो. Right? So that's the exact model these agencies are also following. So what basically we are realizing is VC companies can come, steroid डाल सकते हैं, आपको पूरा market capture कर सकते हैं और आप फिर हार जाओगे. Until unless you're ready to build a team and ready to defend what you
Scale
have
it up to that
captured.
level.
yeah.
Fair.
For the content you think that's a model that's scalable? Nobody's doing it in the health space right now.
No, so health space has a little time for it to get saturated. Imagine Hyrox is coming as a trend. Health is becoming a trend
That's
now.
also because of Gen Zs.
Gen Zs are way more healthier than us. So health will become a trend. So let's say 100 new creators in the health space come. If they're saying the right things at the right time, there's
They'll
space
ride the
because
wave.
health was never so important before. Now is the time that health will become important and it will see its graph. So there's still a time for that graph to be visible.
Correct.
Is someone doing this in the health space? Can it be done?
Nobody is doing this in the health space.
But can it be done? Is there space for someone to just come, outpost every other? Who's the top health creator?
The people that I follow, Dr. Cutris, I think is doing extremely well.
What content does she do?
Sexual health, reproductive health. But that's also a taboo. You don't talk about it, so if someone is, you want to get that information from there.
I'm actually curious. Do you think she has more like spam followers or like actual accounts?
She has actual accounts also. She has bad following also because of course that's the kind of content that she's putting out. So it's very easy for some people to come and put shit out there. But she has a good clout too. Like it's not all spam. But I only know of her.
What about the guy who went after every brand?
Food farmer.
Food farmer, huh?
Yeah, but he didn't do brand deals. So was he
Okay.
on
He directly launched his own product. Food Farmer, we would love to have you on, please.
he was a very different niche of creators. We were creators who were creating a cloud so that we could promote and make money. I don't know how he made videos because the kind of videos that he was making, you need to have a certain amount of money to be able to pull that off. Can I pull off so many videos at scale without having any money incoming from that same business and putting my own? No. Plus, if someone sues me, I do not have the money.
So how long did you start to like? How long first brand
Since
deal?
the start.
Since day one.
Not since day one, but since the first 3, 4, 6 months aa gaya tha.
Can you reveal how much did you make for the first brand deal? First brand deal you can reveal.
I think
Yeah, it'll be less also,
20k, 30k.
And how many followers you were at?
Less only. I had just touched some 10k-ish.
Oh shit,
Not bad, that's-
very good.
Yeah.
Considering what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
And how do you decide how much, like what
But my
costume?
only first brand deal was 20k. After that, no brand deal was 20k. After that,
More.
yeah, it directly touched 80. I've never done below 80. And I just threw a price, they agreed, so I continued doing that.
How did you come up with the?
I just felt 20k is too less. So I threw 80k. They said yes. Now whoever was not agreeing for 80k, I didn't do them.
That's what I'm saying. No, inherently the space is there कि वो लोग आते ही रहेंगे. इतने ज़्यादा brands हैं market में.
Help us understand your growth trajectory, both in terms of followers and in terms of like how much the brand.
Yeah, till you are comfortable.
I always had a this way graph and then it was stagnant. Then again this way graph, it was never gradual. It was always,
No hockey stick curve also.
that was my first following.
Okay.
That just went up. Then it was stagnant. Then again I would get like 50, 80k, then stagnant. Then again 50, 80k, then stagnant. It's always been like that.
Is there a time of like this time in the year it grows? Like some, have you seen some insight like that? Crazy?
No.
Okay.
I just feel like certain sets of video around it do well, and those 4 videos posted in different timelines just bring
Because I think
crowd to
at
me.
least during the start of the year, people should be more healthy. So more of these videos should work. And as the year goes, it should become like the least priority
That's a good
thing.
insight.
Currently, the kind of content I'm making is very news based, that this is what's happening. So it's not got to do with do this to be healthy. Maybe a gym content will work during that phase.
Maybe.
Right.
So it also depends on what you're making. But for me, I've not seen a pattern. And it's always been growth in a spurt of 3-4 months, followings are only growing, then they stop. Then again they grow, then again they stop.
Okay. So at 10K, how much did you make? 50, how much? 100?
So
how
I don't
much?
know exactly the numbers at how much I was making. My first brand deal was 20k, then I went to 80k. Then for a while, I was charging 1.5. And then,
Still not making as much as you would be making as a practitioner.
oh, now I make.
डॉक्टर बनो so that तुम क्रिएटर बन सकते हो और पैसे कमाओगे भाइयों.
No, but being a doctor is extremely soul satisfying. When they say you do one for the soul, one for the kitchen, content creation is not so soul satisfying because you can put the best piece of content out there with all the research that you believe in, and just because your audience doesn't understand that piece of content or because it's not got pushed, you will just feel like, no, this is not good content and maybe I should make relationship content. Like it's come down to that. When I did Hejen and all of that,
Oh, you did all of
I
this.
saw a
Nice.
couple. I was like,
I'm
oh.
not one video is AI.
Oh, well then you spoke like one.
Because every brand would just be like, they want this attire, this background. And I was tired of giving, this is my outfit in options. I was like, everyone wants one template. I kind of understood what they want. So I just dressed in the same thing with the same background. It stopped. Every brand deal that I was doing, that conversation stopped. Because I'm only doing my own brand deals and I'm talking to the brands. So that conversation would not happen. Just scripting would happen and I would shoot and videos gone over. That whole, what is the background going to be? What is this going to be? That 2-day conversation ditched. So I just did white.
Skip that entire process, bro.
But that is so interesting. None of the brand deals I have ever done have.
And I'll tell you why. It's also because health is so much on that.
You can't wear a very off outfit or a different brand outfit if there's a competitor brand. Wearing black is not a very good thing. That's a health space thing, which I'm fully aware of.
This is so interesting.
So I did a full white top series, white background, and that 2-day conversation. The day script is done, I would shoot, videos gone over.
Do they have a problem if you wear like Indian clothing and all?
Yeah, it should not be revealing.
Yeah, see, they
And
do.
Indian clothing, they're not very.
See, if you wear sari and all, they look down on that.
Crazy. First time. So what they're like, a coat pant pehno.
Semi-formal at least.
Yeah. Or whatever, you should just look neat. You can't look too decked up or showing skin and all.
Do they buy rights for your this?
Content, if they want to promote it, yeah.
Okay, tell us, no, how much money comes from like the brand deal part, how much from the rights?
So rights is very subjective, okay?
Do they ask for exclusivity and all?
They do. You want to give, you give. I've never given exclusivity, so.
Okay. But have you ever overpriced?
So my idea is that if I don't want to do something, I'll not say no. This idea I learned from COVID. In COVID, I was working for 4 ICUs and I was drained. I could not breathe. And there were friends who would call me to their hospital and I could not say a no. So I would just overprice. And if they would say a yes,
Oh, right.
I would go. And if they would say a no, it would be them telling me a no, not me.
Oh.
So from COVID, I just learned that if you want to say a no, just throw an amount that they can say a no. Nice. You are not saying a no.
Oh my God, this exact conversation we had with the brand, and we were swamped, okay? And we were like, "Hey, we don't know." And these guys, what they wanted was an extremely logistical nightmare kind of a video, okay? And this is what I learned from, I'll not say his name, but this guy, he would quote numbers like I would have never thought that he'd say. He'd throw like a crore and shit. And then one time a brand agreed, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? But that product ended up shelving down. But like on that call, I was shitting bricks. I was like, how the fuck did he manage to do that? But it's insane. That's a very, very, very nice technique to do.
Yeah, but even I've done that. And there are brands who come back thinking that the price will change.
Can you also consult like health brands to say, hey, listen, your Instagram or your social media is rubbish. I'll consult for you. I'll do, this strategy, that strategy, pay me.
Yeah,
They have a lot of money, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can.
Do
Have
you do
I
that?
ever done it? No. But can you do it? Yeah. So health is also a space where you need to understand that you need to give value.
Correct.
Followers will come one day.
Okay.
Followers can't be your 3-month target. So when you're working with spaces like this, they will be like, oh, it's been 2 months, where are followers? They don't understand that you have to give value, and one day they'll all just crowd and come to you.
Like we have Yas, right? So at Yas, we work with a bunch of health brands. And while this is not the conversation, we also focus on, giving some extreme amount of value. And of course, followers eventually come. But is there a space for someone to do Yas, but in the health space only, and like capitalize on market and make a lot of money? I'm sure.
Why not?
Why you
Like
not doing
even
it?
I was thinking of, I have spoken to you about doing this, that I wanted to have, my channel is going and I cannot be on 20 more pages. But if I have someone to be the face of 10 more pages, I'm happy to script everything for them, because I know I can. Because scripting and all like I know what are my strengths. Can I do that for 10 more pages in the timeline that I have without getting exhausted? Yes.
10 more pages.
Yeah.
Short form, I
Damn.
guess.
Short form.
Yeah, but what is your format? You're thinking same exact format.
They will come piece to camera and talk. Like I'll just have 10 other people
If
who
it's
will
the script,
talk.
no, we can do something like she walking on the road. Hi, doctor. Yeah, what do you think? And then we can do skit. I'm sure.
And
we
it's,
have
I'll
that.
tell you why it's not very difficult, because every page will have only one, if I'm talking about say pregnancy, one page will only talk about pregnancy. No, how much do I just need to do that? Another page will only talk about skin. It's only going to be that much, so it's not very difficult.
So what do you see as a white space in this niche? Like someone can come create content and it'll go 100K in the next 6 month type of video.
Sexual
which
health.
Again, like the top creators also reproductive.
Someone came a year back. She did sexual health. She's called Dr. Uterus. She did it and she grew. She's on 1 million today.
When did she start? Where did she start?
When I saw her was 8 months back. She was not at a great number then. So if she's touched 1 million,
Monetizing?
Printing, health creator.
I'm not too sure of monetizing. Yeah, but lesser number of brands. Maybe
Right.
higher amount for one brand, but the number of brands you do in a month will
But
be.
if the options are lesser, even you can oversell.
Correct. You can do that. But if someone wants to come today in the space and blow up, sexual health.
Anything else you see? Like maybe for elder people, maybe for...
No, there's something very, very cliche, but it will work, is weight loss.
Yeah. Weight loss.
Is either you have transformed
what
and
would
show
you do
20
differently?
more people. No, just do what's happening and you'll get it. The people who want to lose weight are not looking at something different. They're looking at hacks. They're looking for you to handhold them and make them lose weight. They want that.
Relationship, you said, is always performing for you. Like, can a guy do this and will it work? Like, do they need to be doctor?
If a guy is doing relationship content, I think, no, they don't need to be doctor, but I think they should target the women and what women are going through, because women will love to be heard and seen by a man.
Okay.
Like a man can still come and be like, bro, you don't know, my girlfriend is good, I'm having a good relationship. Like a man can still come and do that to you. But
30 million views, boys.
yeah, but women would love to be seen and understood by a man, because it's very shareable that if he can understand, why can't you? So it's very shareable that if a man can understand, why can't my man understand?
you'll get such a hate from the boys.
Having more women in your following means getting mad brands.
Yeah, dude. That's what I keep on telling. Oh my.
I'll tell you about pricing. Okay, pricing is what you say.
Yeah.
There is no template. Like when you all spoke about rights, I used to charge 30K for a rights
Ad rights per month.
per month. I used to charge 30K because someone told me 30K. Then I started seeing that when that ad is run, they're making mad money out of
The
it.
conversion is. Do you know those numbers? Do you keep
No,
track
but
of
I
all
would
this?
figure those views that they are getting and comments that they are getting and how much it would increase. So I know the engagement that the video is getting. And I used to figure because people would send screenshots sometimes that they have bought it. So kinda I know. So when I figured that this is what they are making, I went. My real price and my ad right price is very similar today. And if they say a no, I'll be like, okay, don't run it on ads.
Okay.
I just figured with time, price is what you decide to, what your worth you feel is, you throw that price.
Yeah. Brands are also realizing that for them to shoot an ad, they will have to get somebody and then there will be a creative director and he have to do it something. And like कि इसके पास organic reach है पहले से दे देंगे फिर उसको ही ये कर दो.
And the difference in ad is what he had said, does the doctor matter? So when there's a collaboration and doctor is written, they don't care. They have seen doctor, they have seen, they'll just see what's there.
One of the guys, friends that I know, what he did was he's super tiny following. Nothing he has. Such a fucking smart guy. Went to a gym manufacturer. Was like, what he has is the ability to shoot. Like, fucking great cinematographer. One of the finest in the country. Was like, I want to build a gym set. I'll shoot for you and I'll post on my thing. And then he did. And that the guy liked it so much. It's like, सिर्फ मुझे B-roll दे दो. मैं ad चलाऊंगा. तो उसने उसको कुछ ऐसा बोला कि मेरे को ये और वो बहुत बड़ा मैन्युफैक्चरर है तो उसने सबसे महंगा वाला प्रोडक्ट मांगा 2-2.5 लाख रुपए का प्रोडक्ट घर पे आ गया उसने B-roll दे दी. So it's crazy. The ad right situation right now is crazy because they don't have the ability कि इतना अच्छा B-roll कहाँ से लाऊंगा मैं कि बहुत headache है क्योंकि कोई brand manager ही है most likely. So they're like कि ऐसे game खेल लेंगे.
And one advantage in this is when you don't have an agency when you're having an agency that's managing you have a template price that goes to everybody. When you don't have an agency and you get the news that a company has gotten funded and that company comes to you, you know you can overprice than your regular price because they have the money to give you. So when you're only tackling your own brands and all of that, you just know where to hit what.
Right.
So this is why smaller creators face the issue. They're overpricing. So the smaller ones are like, "Arey barter, do only barter."
You just say कि I'm not gonna. If you pretend that I'm the shit and then you get some views, like some credibility over there, then you're the shit, bro. They can't do anything. Most creators don't realize this. One thing that I love that Instagram recently has done is the creator ad system. Now that is going to allow a lot of creators to make a lot of money because of it.
So I was actually talking to Karan, Headshot, and he was telling me about how many of the creators that he works with don't understand how to price. And it's so important, like initially, like she's saying, I was quoting 30, but then I said, no, I know how much they're making because she's also so good with like the number. She's saying, no, I'll charge.
But all this also happens when you are on your account. Let's say I have a team of 5-6 and somebody else is figuring, I'll not know only.
Meaning what?
Like I think from the start till the end, I've been the only person who's been hooked to my account that I kinda know what's happening. When a DM comes, I'm seeing that DM. When an ad is run and a friend is send me a screenshot, I know how much that ad is made. I can go and see. If I have a team, I feel like I'll focus less on these things and more on growth. No. He's like fully, Rebecca, get a team.
Don't go for agencies. Get somebody you trust, somebody who's been in sales. ठीक है? If he's in sales, he'll understand everything. Even in 3-4 years of experience of sales, he understands it. Then give him direct 10-20% जो आप agency को दोगे. And now it's his headache because he makes X amount of times whatever you get. Bring him internally, and because the agencies are never anyway going to be giving them the chunk that you are giving them. Okay, 20%. Do X amount, take 30%. Whatever the incentives you want to do. See how they'll do it.
But there's also a scam that happens in the agency.
No, that's why I'm saying you gotta
Get an internal.
Yeah,
person.
remove the agency, you know.
Right.
At this point, I don't understand why these agencies, the middleman making money. I don't like that.
I'll
concept.
tell
ऐसा
you
मत
why.
बोल मेरे को बहुत पसंद है कोई एजेंसी ब्रांड डील लाना चाहेगा मैं बिल्कुल आपके पैसे ले लूंगा.
Agencies also come because I know because I got a recent deal and I figured that why the hell did this agency have to come in between? But this person who I know could have directly come to me and I would have done it for free because I know it. Why would I charge? But it came through an agency. I charged an amount and all of that. But what I figured is going through an agency and giving. Sometimes people pay money for their headache so that they don't have the headache.
But I'll tell you my issue with the agency. So the agency comes, there are creators who are making whatever amazing content, charging charging for that content, and they're taking 20%, which is industry standard 20% from the creator. What they also do is they go to the brands and they overprice the brand. For example, if the creator is charging 1 lakh, they'll take 20,000 from the creator and they're telling the brand that the creator is charging 1.4.
That's happened with me.
It happens a lot. I don't like that. Ethically, what are you supposed to do? Take from the creator. Now, if you want to take from the brand, take an agency fee from the brand and give them X amount of creators altogether. Don't take individually from each creator.
Correct. But that is the most righteous way of working.
It's not righteous. I'm saying it's the opposite of right,
but also,
wrongish.
so yeah, but I also feel like everyone is in the business to make money. Plus, we're in India where everybody is doing jugaad. So if I find the agency taking a cut, then my manager taking a cut, and I still decide to be there.
No, but if you have a manager, the manager will fight with the agency and say, why are you taking more of a cut? I'll not work with you.
No, but you also have to understand that you're living in India. Everyone.
This is not an Indian thing. It's
But
everywhere.
it's like everyone wants to make money through the slightest way they can.
Yeah, but I'm saying the agency
that's
shouldn't
not
be
right.
the one doing it.
That's
because
not
the
right.
agency is not bearing key man risk. Also, I just want to see if there's any pattern. Like he comes from a different school of thought, you come from a different school of thought.
Very different school.
I want to see if there's any some pattern match that we can do in terms of you tell me your journey with AVS maybe, right? How many members of team did you have? How much did it grow? How long did it take? And we'll see if you did the same thing at the same time.
Got it. So when we started AVS started off as a very secondary channel. We were just posting some random photos over there. It had around 8,000-10,000 followers. The moment I joined in, I was alone. Okay, and I shot couple of videos on my own, edited them couple of my own, wrote them couple of on my own, posted them, right? Few of them, initially we started doing really well immediately because I had experience with long form. I was always a long form first guy. So I had a lot of experience how to create short form videos. And also what I was talking about was editing. What she talked about was the reason she's able to write script as fast is because she has lived that life for the past 7, 8, 9 years, how much ever. Same thing has happened with me. I've lived that life for a lot of time. So being a creator, you have to be in abundance of ideas.
Yeah.
And if you know something that you know, you'll always be in abundance of ideas. So I was immediately able to get decent amount of followers, and I have an entire Twitter thread. We'll put it up right there where I have tracked 10,000 followers, then next quarter, then next quarter, and next quarter. And we've also written down how we went about it. But within the first year, I remember I had gotten to a point where every other creator was. All the creators in pre-production and editing and video making and all of that, they were all there and we were pulling the similar amount of views. The problem was that was not anything. Even at 150K, 200K, the problem was that the views that I was getting to lead to conversion that I was getting was not a lot. But one thing changed in my game was, two things happened in between. I hired 2 guys, okay, 2 of them. These kids were from my cohort, both of them incredibly talented. One is 19-year-old, other one is 22-year-old. Right now they're 21 and 24. So they've been working with me for a long time. And both of them, shout out Devan, love you boys. Both of these guys started really catching up fast, super fast. The problem with making videos is it's double the effort. Imagine I have to teach you about lighting while also shooting the lighting, and it needs to look good and you need to be able to understand because दिखेगा नहीं. अगर मुझे editing सिखानी है तो मैं आपको सिर्फ वीडियो दिखा सकता हूँ. Interface interesting नहीं है, right? But one thing we figured out was the format. Okay, I absolutely have been obsessing with this idea of figure out formats, things that are repeatable, scalable, and easy to do. Again, Tanmay bhai told me this. So what we figured, I saw this video by Angel Genev, and what he used to do was basically fix a drawing. Again, he talked about lighting and this and that, and I was like, oh, that's a very interesting concept that can be applied to animation as well. And people used to do it. आपने VFX reel देखी होगी रावण की, Red Chilies की, कैसा swipe transition आता है वगैरह वगैरह. And one more thing, that because my wife has studied psychology, and so what inherently through osmosis what we used to talk about was, okay, there's this experiment that has been done, like she told me about the fastest movement in your body is called saccades, how your eye moves. And she was talking to me how while you are editing, you are able to essentially you're directing your viewers eye. आप contrast और color use करके उनकी आंखों एक तरफ से दूसरी तरफ लेके जा रहे हो. मैं एक शॉट डाल दूंगा यहाँ पे, राजकुमार हिरानी की जो मूवी है 3 Idiots, वहाँ पे आप देखोगे जब फरहान गिरता है तो किस तरीके से आपकी आंख उसके शक्ल को फॉलो करती है और कट्स भी उसी तरीके से अलाइन किए गए हैं. Regardless, we saw this, so I was like, okay, so that format we'll fix animations, and then what we'll do is I'll talk about from a very objective manner, because when you're making animation design, it's all very subjective, right? So somebody can always come and say, I like the previous one. So for me to say that this is the way to go, I have to find the most objective manner so that they cannot refute refute my argument. So I would go down to the absolutely fundamental basics. I'd bring out experiments that were done 50 years ago. I'd bring out neuroscience insights to really solidify my argument. And then I also went against the grain in every aspect. Every single person who was making videos around making videos was very high production. We were like, we'll go low production. If you watch some of my videos, I'm literally drawing on the thing. Like I have a epic pen करके एक extension था, मैं उससे screen पे draw करके मैं लिख देता था. And everybody used to be like, make short videos. My videos was 1 minute 29 seconds, almost at the edge. And Instagram had said कि the only reason we didn't go for 2 minutes was Instagram said 1 minute 30 seconds के बाद हम लोग गिरा देंगे reach, आपको नहीं मिलेगी, बहुत कम chance है. So I was like 1 minute 29 seconds तक हम लोग खींचेंगे. And since December, that growth has been non-stop. We ended up getting partnered with Adobe officially. Our cohort numbers grew tremendously. I was very surprised the amount of people in India that were genuinely interested in learning that posted, because the format was as such. One of the inspiration that I had taken from first, अगर आप मुंबई में रहते हैं आपको पता होगा टिकुजिनी वाड़ी करके एक जगह है. So basically it's a off-site kind of से. So one of the aspect over there एक pottery class भी होती थी, तो हम स्कूल में लेके गए थे and वहाँ पे pottery class थी and एक भैया थे and he would take the मिट्टी and he'd make a very rough गंदा सा एक structure. एंड बी लाइक कैसा लगा, सबको अच्छा लगा, आप भी ट्राई करेंगे. फिर जैसे ही हमने ट्राई किया उसके तुरंत बाद ही विल शो अस वन मोर वन दैट इज वन स्टेप अबव. ही विल नॉट लेट अस डू इट. देन ही विल शो अस वन मोर वन दैट इज अ लॉट मोर स्टेप अबव. बट ही नाउ ही बी लाइक कि आपको आता है, आप भी कर सकते हो, सीखना है तो 100 रुपए दे के वहां चले जाओ. एंड बिकॉज इनहेरेंटली लाइक हाँ फंडामेंटल लेवल पे तो मुझे आता है, मैंने अभी किया ना, ये देखो ग्लास बनाया मैंने, तो वो तो भी बना ही लूंगा ना मैं, क्या मजा आएगा मुझे. I have taken the exact principle in the content as well. I'll show you a very bad edit, then I'll show you a very rough version of it. Then few steps in, I would have done some complex stuff on it, and then towards the end, you'll see it. You'll be like, "Fuck, I loved it. I would love to learn more." As soon as you want to learn more, come to the masterclass, bro. And that's how we were able to increase the view to the conversion ratio. But this is like a two-ish year journey.
So you track what all metrics?
None, nothing. At this point, I am not the main guy who's responsible for creating content. My whole team is responsible for creating content, and my job is only to be the coach that I know I can be for them. They'll come with insights. So the way we operate right now is they'll come with some insight. All of these kids, extremely obsessive kids. This is one culture that I've built. You are going to stay in office 12 hours a day. I will make sure that each of that hour is extremely enjoyable. Right? We'll give you a fantastic office. We'll give you the greatest of the cameras. I'll give you friends. You want to fuck around? I will pay for you fucking around. I'll take you out. We'll party how much ever you want to do. Okay? Along with that, I'll be your coach. I'll help you grow. And I will incentivize you well. Okay? These guys will come with insights. कि भाई क्विंटन टैरेंटिनो ने एक उसकी मूवी है, तुम्हें पता है, जो एक साउथ इंडियन मूवी से इंस्पायर हुई है. उसमें कमल हसन की मूवी है, उसमें कमल हसन ने उस टाइम पे एनिमेशन किया था और उससे इंस्पायर होकर क्विंटन टैरेंटिनो जब अनुराग कश्यप को मिला, तब क्विंटन टैरेंटिनो ने बताया अनुराग कश्यप को कि मैं कमल हसन की वो वाली मूवी से इंस्पायर हुआ था, बहुत बेहतरीन है, और ये मूवी किल बिल है.
What?
Yeah, Kill Bill में जो एनिमेशन सीन है वो. So now this insight he's given me, the way he's given it to me is a lot more different. But my job then is to take that, make it into a story like I made it for you, and then post it. And now all of this is happening by the kids, and my job is only to do that. So the metrics that I do track is only how many videos have you posted. My job is to liberate. The problem with most creatives is that they are too attached to the content they're making, right? My job is to liberate them from that attachment by saying that the amount of work that you do and the quality of work that you do has nothing to do with your validation and who you are as a person. I will love you anyway. There's a saying that I take from Dune, where Paul Atreides' father, he says he's the Duke, okay? So he's like, and they're going to capture something else, and Paul Atreides, he comes and he's like, Papa, what do you think? What if I'm not the king? Like, what if I don't have the ability to do that? And the father says that even if you can't be the king, you will be the only thing that I needed you to be, which is my son. So even if you fail, I will still love you, right? So that is the feeling that I make sure that my team knows. I keep on repeating this. Like, अगर आप हार जाओ, आपने गंदी वीडियो भी बना ली, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, one time मैं तेरा ध्यान रखूंगा. So once I've liberated them from their own perfection, from their own prison, and incentivized them to create videos, automatically, because they are inherently creative, they'll always create good work. I just don't want them to be trapped with 10 on 10. Just create 7 out of 10, because that is also great, bro. And do 25 times a month.
Yeah. 25 times 10 on 10 is damn good, not one time 10 on 10. Shit. Same process? Different?
This is not my process at all. This is damn deep. I started making content. Very simple. My process
ज़्यादा बोल रहा है, मेरे ज़्यादा follower है, सुनो भाई.
हाँ, मेरा इतना कुछ नहीं था. I made a certain type of content, I would get views. So I knew so much views should come, then it will stagnate, and then in so much time views should come. If in that much time views have not come, then I've just understood that audience is bored.
Okay.
So then I would have to change. And in my case, if I would ask somebody for advice, I'm very direct. I'll not do udhar udhar ka baat. I'll just be like, listen, my content is not working. Look at my content and tell me what can I do. Like, I'll not be like, hi, what's up, nothing. I'll ask for work. You can't help, I'll ask somebody else for help. If I need help, I'll ask 10 people if I can't figure it out. So I asked one person. One person said, make it entertaining, this all does not work. So I started doing skits. It took me a while to figure sketch, but I figured how to do sketch and I started doing sketches. After that, again that dipped. And that is when Bhargav told me. So I was doing well, but brand deals were coming lesser to me. That is when Dr. Bhargav told me that do piece to camera, do it seriously. If you look serious, people will take you seriously. And your following will also increase because they'll come and follow because they think you're talking sense. You're not just entertaining. So I did that. But a fun side of me, that pun side of me was still coming out. That took a while. In piece to camera, from that fun side of me to become only serious, took a while to come out, and then I did that for a while. Then again, a point it did not increase, and another friend of mine in content space told me that stop doing this because I went into the whole weight loss space. And weight loss space is very different because I come from a school of thought and I know I'm very personal when it comes to weight loss. And I did weight loss workshops. I was making mad money. Workshops would make like, it makes really mad money in just 1 hour. And after that, in that whole phase, there were other people who came with weight loss. And they would have different schools of thought. And I figured that no, I don't want to argue with y'all. Y'all think y'all are right. I will walk out of this space and do something else that will make me money. But I'll not drift away from what I think about weight loss because I'm very personal about that. So I drifted from that and he told me make news. So I made news. And since then till now, I'm making news.
Okay. And now what? Like, who will you ask next if this doesn't work?
Every time there's not been a help. Most of the times I've also figured it out. But I've said that if I've not been able to figure it out, I'm in a space where I can talk to people who are making content. You can always go and talk to 4 people. One person will give you, they don't help you outright. They tell you what they know. You just do it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, do
Try
something
something
else. But just don't be like, no, what you're saying is not working. I don't think this will work. Do it.
Do it and then complain.
Yeah.
Fair?
Do you miss it? Do you miss the fun part? You said that you were doing skits and...
So I put the fun part in my stories.
Okay.
Like I spend a lot of time. I spend more time in my stories than I spend in my content sometimes.
That's a privilege for a content creator.
But I put my entire fun side in my stories because that is who I am. So I put only so much that I want to put out in the world again. But I put that there. I don't put it in content because I've just figured that it's not going to work.
Interesting. Okay, relationships. Relationship as a creator. Relationship if somebody is with a creator. The one thing that I have heard of is creator illa sir. Lots of problem happens. Because,
What problem?
Because I am a creator, she's a creator. Most creators have a tendency to not be able to detach. You're the one of few that I know that are able to have such strong boundaries that are like, मैं नहीं खोलने वाली हूँ Instagram. But most creators have a problem with switching off their brain. We are always in the work mode because as a creator, you don't have any Sundays, right? You're your own boss, which as turns out is the worst kind of boss you can have, right? You're living with him 24/7. You're sleeping and he's telling you didn't work hard enough. Now the problem is most creators or most folks, when they go to their partner, more often than not, they wanna just calm down. They want to wind down, right? I don't want to talk about work. We'll do something chill. We'll talk about life and the plans that we have. But the problem is if you're a creator and if I'm a creator and we are in a relationship, the problem is we can never turn off. बात तो काम की होगी कभी ना कभी और जैसे ही काम की बात हुई आप वापस उस सेट में आ गए. Then one of the problems that I've heard is most creators have like too much ego. Like मेरे में भी ego है और अगर आप creator हो there are going to be opportunities that the सामने वाला partner will have a problem with that why are you going to such events. I don't like the way that those guys come around you, ABC.
Is that got to do with every same profession? Would you say that that's got to do with everybody who's in the same profession because then you're exposed to the same growth and same environment?
Personally, what I have noticed is like it's a very relationship problem. If a couple has ability to have hard conversations, they will most likely be able to manage.
I was going to say the same thing, but also let's say a doctor and doctor. So today if I have more patients and you have less, that will come in any profession that is similar.
Right.
Because our growth chart will be same. I also feel like if you're having different professions, let's say I'm a teacher, you're a creator. If I'm going through something, I will come and talk at home. That's the space the relationship is for, where I can come and talk. A lot of people, when they're in a relationship, are looking for a partner, are not ready to be a partner. If you're not okay with your partner coming and talking what he wants to, then maybe you are a problem. That relationship is not a problem.
Damn.
If you're saying that my partner will come and talk about this creator thing, then you're not willing to be a partner only in the first place.
But creator things is all gossip and shit, bro.
It's fun. I'm telling you, gossip and all is fun, but you get bored also. Then some gossips you don't even want to know unless and until it is something that adds some meaning. So you have to go through it and then get bored of it. But I also feel like a lot of people don't want to put work into the relationship. They want relationship, happy-go-lucky, everything happy, happy. If they feel that, oh, this person will come with an issue and it's not going to be happy, I don't want to date it, and they name it to a profession. A lot of people don't want to get married to doctors.
Right.
You know, we should get Varun and Achina on this and ask them. What do you think? How do you guys deal? Yeah.
Varun and Achina are very different.
Yeah.
They operate very differently. They are the first, like I've heard so many folks talk about like, I can't believe people work with their wife and all of that, because that trope is also a very, like I can't be working with my partner.
Keep personal life.
Because हाँ, अगर creator काम करेगा तो आप वीडियो तो साथ में बनाओगे ही, तो उसमें दिक्कत भी तो आ सकती है.
ज़्यादा पैसा आएगा. But if again, what you're saying, if you hard conversations or whatever, I don't know if the word is hard, but if you have conversations in place where you say, listen, I do not like this part that happens in our relationship, and he says that I want this, and you'll come to a middle ground, it's okay. Like if you don't talk about it and you're expecting one person to just be, if you say, I don't like you coming and talking about content all the time, but I'm okay for you to do it once in a while, and he's also okay with it, that will happen. Just talk, no.
Yeah. Most creators are also young. Like if अगर कोई creator successful हो रहा है, most likely वो बहुत कम हैं जो 40 के ऊपर हैं, जो top पे भी operate कर रहे हैं. So most creators are also young. So most likely the reason this conversation has happened is because.
But not every creator puts their relationship out there also.
I think most do. It's a rarity when you find a creator that is putting their relationship not on the camera, because there's so much incentive to do so.
Incentive in the meaning?
Paisa!
Like you'll make couple content.
Yeah, you make couple
It's
content.
also money, it's also virality, it's multiple things.
Yeah, double the association. David Dobrik and Liza Koshy, both of them were at the top of the game, and when they were together, oh my god, people were crazy about them.
But they were also from the same niche. But they did not do so many collabs also. Few.
It's not just about the collab, it's also about, can they get the two of them on a hoarding? Can they get the two of them on a, like some newsletter or some magazine? Can they get them on some event?
Have Varun and Achina been together in a video promoting something?
हाँ, early AV में हम लोग सब लोग साथ में बैठ के करते थे, तब होता था, but nothing as such. I mean, Achina is bigger, AV is bigger. Cry about it, Varun, my team.
How does it feel when you reach, when that happens, okay? In the true sense, tell me, naif kuch hota hai na? When that 1 million happens, do you feel like an achievement, or it's just another day and now you're working towards the next goal?
So, बहुत बेहतरीन पार्टी की थी हमने, बहुत क्रेजी लेवल की पार्टी की थी, और उसमें जो फीलिंग्स आई वो बहुत था. मैं मेरी टीम से मिला, हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि we are so happy that we are together, the videos that we have made and the hard work that we have done, all of it is coming to fruition, and all the goals that these guys have, I'm going to be able to fulfill it, just give me a couple more years. And all of that was really, really amazing. But the 1 million thing didn't change much for us. We are like, as an ecosystem also, we are a little bit, I suppose, I don't know if closed off is the right term, but we are in our own world.
When you grew a channel from 0 to a certain number, every, what they say, 200K, 500, did that hit you?
No.
So what really brings you all joy when you all make content?
Yeah, one is money, sure.
Also, I'm a little shameless, I like fame.
Yeah. Money, fame is definitely
So
there.
every time someone would recognize you, you would get joy, and every time an account transfer would happen, you'd feel joy, or when a brand would close, you'd
No,
feel joy.
I'll tell you. So I wouldn't, like, of course money was coming, so it's not when the money hits the account you feel joy, or when someone recognizes you feel joy. It's not that, okay? It's like that money can buy you X amount of freedom.
Living in that money brings you joy.
Yeah. And also, I'll tell you what actually got me joy. So I was, of course, on Church Street most of the time, and there was one uncle, like very old person, roughly I think late 50s-ish. He was walking on the street, and I was doing one interview, and he stood right there and he was watching us and everything. And he waited until the interview got done, and then he was from Tamil Nadu. He spoke to me in Tamil. He was like, "Can I talk to you on the side?" I said, yeah, sir, come. And then he said, actually, I want to tell you something. I come from a very small village in Tamil Nadu. This is my first week or something in Bangalore. But I actually came to put my daughter into a fashion design school. There was Pearl Academy right there. So what had happened was I had interviewed someone from fashion design, and that person told that this kind of course exists and we can make XYZ money, and this is how you can make that much money. He was actually a designer who then said, I was a designer first, now I'm in fashion design, I'm making much more money and I'm happier. And this uncle who was forcing the daughter to do engineering, and the daughter went and said, I want to do this fashion designing because I saw this video and this is how much you can earn. And she did some research. She proved to her father that you can make X money in fashion designing. And she got a seat in Pearl Academy. And he came to tell me that because of your video, my daughter is doing what she likes.
Wow.
And like that gave me happiness.
Yeah.
Did that even make you a little scared because that's the influence you can have on people?
Scared and humble both.
Exact same example has happened. So yesterday was our AVS cohort meetup party. So we party, and every single time we party, there's some of them will buy alcohol for themselves, and there will be a really nice atmosphere. And the way we operate is Martin will be downstairs and I'll be upstairs. Martin will be making them dance. I'll be having conversation with them, and each time we have these conversations, they'll come and they'll tell me their stories, how to buy this cohort. I had put my mother's gehna girvi, and that's how I was able to get this 60-ish thousand, and this then I have to pay, and now immediately in first month I have paid that off, and now I've got for the first time ये दिवाली पे मेरी मम्मी के लिए मैंने और मेरे पापा ने मिलके गहने खरीदे हैं, और हम लोग इधर से आते हैं. Some of them were saying कि पापा गांव से हैं, बहुत टाइम से हम लोग गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए अप्लाई कर रहा था, but now I'm in editing, and all of a sudden the person that I wanted to be, which was a creative, all of a sudden I am that. Some of the real ones, there's a 45-year-old uncle came, he's spent 18 years in news media as a camera guy, and he's like, I'm not able to like get the respect that I wanted, and then I did editing, and now I'm a really good motion designer, and because of my camera background, what I'm started to do is I've started to run an agency, which is a solo man agency, and this dude is now printing money, so much fucking money. So this to me is like crazy, and hanging out with my boys. My team, like that is like crazy. We'll fuck around. The amount of
So more than the outcome, this brings you joy.
it's a journey. Because I very early on realized when I was doing everything solo that this process in itself is a grueling process. The kind of videos I want to make, I want to really go into animation. I love it, but it's a gruesome journey.
Did you ever come to a point where you feel that, bro, this is too exhausting?
Yeah.
For a second, you felt like, can I do something else? Because this is.
मैं फुल कोशिश कर चुका हूँ भाई. मैं छोड़ छाड़ के मैं ब्रेक ले लिया था. मैं बोल रहा था चलता हूँ भाइयों, तो मैं मेरे लिए नहीं है शायद से.
वो burnout वगैरह you've gone through.
हाँ, full antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds had to. But that was also triggered by a certain stuff that had happened.
Fair, but you've gone through that phase where this is too much for me, and I don't think I can do this, and I want to do something else that's easier.
But then that's when I realized that what a team can do. And that is why I took the mantle of a coach. I was very lucky that I went through that gruesome journey, that I understand editing and I can visualize video कि यहाँ पे ये डालो इस तरीके से video चलेगी. And now what I can do is I can bring people on that have 1 or 2 core skills, and then I can develop them into this creative flower that can bloom and make me so much money. Like for example, one of the boys, Devan, shout out, he's been with me for a very long time. I know this guy, right? And this guy has a superpower, okay? He's not the craziest animator and all of that, but this guy will just outwork you. You think you can stay in office for 8 hours? I'll stay for 12. You think you can stay for 12? I'll stay for 18. I'll just keep on staying. You think you can out-obsess me? I will sit on PC 24 hours a day. And that is the kind of person you need to be a creator. So I was like, I'll just supercharge you. He's from cohort 2. So from here till now, he's worked directly under me. And now what I'm doing is, here's your channel, here's your keys, run it the way you want. I'll pay for whatever the editors you want, however production you want. Infrastructure is ours, build it. And now he's doing it. So this is something that I really strive for. Like fucking bringing more of me's. It'd be so crazy. We'll take over the world.
Do you get burnout even now sometime?
No. You will never get burned out if you have momentum. नाक से खून भी निकल रहा है पर momentum दिख रहा है तो तुम काम करते रहोगे. It's only when there is not clarity where how long will I have to work or where is this output going. Only then. But also I have like really good mentors and I have really good team. Like I have Varun, I have Achina. Every time we go through something, we go through it together. So it's, like I said, it's closed off, but we are in our own bubble. So that is very sorted. And even like the way we have built the system is, तुझे जो आता है तू सिर्फ वो कर. बाकी सब संभाल लेंगे. Like, I'm not the guy who's gonna think about the amount of money we have made. I talk about it, but I'm not gonna be like, how much percentage will go, how much where. I will say, इतना मेरे को चाहिए और इतना चला के अपन लोग वीडियो में जलाएंगे. और it doesn't make any sense. I bully my finance boys. I'm like, we are going to pay this motion designer this much. He's like, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, I know, but we're gonna do it. And we do it, and then it ends up working. So that is something I am really, really lucky with.
What if it didn't work out? What would you do then?
Kill myself.
That's a risk you take. Either it works out or
Yeah, I die. I am grinding it out. Nobody just realizes that I have failed so many times.
That is what they say about the Kardashians, that they put out a brand every time. They put out a brand like it's Diwali, basically. And whatever brand doesn't work is thrown under the rug. Next time, new brand. Next time, new brand. Next time. And what has not worked, you don't have the time to figure because
they control enough narrative.
That's the way to go, bro. Control the narrative. And also, nobody cares for it. Failed, no, which means you didn't get attention. So nobody cares about it anyway. So just go ahead. I've had like 7-8 channels up until this point. This is the first one that has gotten, second one that has gotten to this scale. Before that, nobody even knew. I was only a creator.
But doesn't that make you doubt your skill set?
I'm super confident because I know all the failures I've gone through.
So you've learned through that and you've rectified it.
Yeah, so now I know कि यहाँ पे गिरूंगा तो मुझे मालूम है वहाँ से कैसे चलाऊंगा. And now my instincts have gotten really strong. I know exactly which will work.
That's also because of the experience and the time that you've been in this space.
And also the kind of folks that I met early on. Like Ashish Chanchalani has been like a big brother. Tanmay Bhai has been a godsend. He always keeps on advising me. I ended up starting my career directly with Carrie Minati. And I saw him go from 300 subscribers to 10 million, 15 million. And he was like a big brother. And then Simon Says happened and this happened and that happened.
But it also makes you feel really nice that some random person out there is rooting for your success.
When recently Gen AI had transformed about 1.5 years ago, there was a stylized technique that had resulted where you could feed a real life video and it will convert it into an anime. That has become really popular. Essentially what Ghibli Art did for video with significantly decent consistency. And I wanted to make an anime out of it. And we made an anime and it worked out really well. It was very ganda, but it was also showcasing the place where this technology is heading.
Like what you guys did with it was damn good.
The tech was behind it, but still came out really good. But it flopped. Obviously it did. It's a great story to tell now, but it flopped. And out of nowhere, Ashish Chanchalani just puts up a story and he's like, मेरे भाई ने बनाया है, आप जाके देखो. There was no need for him to do it. Just does it and then वो वीडियो का ऐसा spike है. But भाई 15 minute 100K views. It has happened like that. I'm like, whoa. I'm so excited for Ekaki, bro. Shout out to Ashish, bro. I'm so fucking excited for your Ekaki. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna change the fucking YouTube game. Love you, Ashish, bhai.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. I'm just so excited.
I watched it. It's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched it. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I fucking love it.